What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for joining me. Today we're going to talk about AMC and how it looks like it's going to the moon, and I want to talk to you guys about what it will take to drive the stock up even more. But before we begin, just remember I am in no way a financial advisor. I'm just a guy with a how-to channel who likes to talk about stocks on the side. So if you take my advice and you lose money, I'm sorry, this is my opinion and in no way financial advice. This is your warning. Please always consult a professional before making any investments. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so meme stock AMC extends its rally. Yes, it did. It hit 32 at close, and I think it's at like $37 a share in after hours. This thing is going through the roof right now. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what we should expect from it, because there are some new catalysts that came out today, and I wanted to give a little bit of my opinion on those and where I think AMC is going and why I think AMC still has a lot more room to grow. Even though it's kind of a silly meme stock, you got to go with what you know, right? So we're going to talk about that right now. Now, I do have some news here, okay? They raised $230.5 million by giving Mudrick Capital Management, probably gave them a deal on some shares, and then that capital management company just went ahead and sold it immediately. Probably profited pretty big, but AMC came out with $230 million. So what are you going to do, right? So AMC was able to offload a lot of shares all at once and make a lot of money all at once. Now, AMC has went ahead and said that they're going to use that money to do a couple things. They want to get some acquisitions, pay down some lease repayments that they need to do. They have some debt. So there's a lot of things that they need to do with the money. But we do have a couple catalysts that I want to talk about that are good signs for them right now. Okay, so they just got all that money. We currently have a short squeeze going on. It's a 20% of the short is of the float, which I think is 448 million shares. So 20% of that is currently shorted. Not as big as the first short back in February-ish, like January, but it's still up there. It's about 1/3 the size of that short, so definitely some room for profit, but definitely not as big. So keep that in mind. We do have a lot of popularity around the stock. It's in the news. If you talk stocks, people are talking about AMC. GameStop's actually not even as popular as AMC right now, ironically. So keep that in mind. And the good news is vaccination rates are on the rise, which means that people are going back to theaters. And because of that, people are going to be giving more of their money to the company. So that's a good news as well. But yeah, enough of all this. This is just some news I wanted to give to you guys, some catalysts. But let's talk about the reason you're really here. Let's talk about why they're making money. Now, they traded 478.28 million shares today. Their float's only 448 million shares, and that's the public float. The official float's 450, but there is shares there that you can't touch as an investor because there's reasons behind that. But let's talk. What's it going to take for AMC to shoot to the moon, right? So if they did 475.28 million shares today, it's definitely more in the after hours, by the way, too. That's just like right now. The market cap was 14.42 billion, and that was at the end of the day. It's probably a lot higher now. So let's say they double this. So 14.42, let's do the math. Let's just round it to 30. I'm not doing the math. So hypothetically, let's say we get a market capitalization of $30 billion. It's ridiculous, right? $30 billion, right? Now, we'll do 30 billion. And I think this is totally possible, right? $30 billion, right? And you're going to divide that, right, by the 448 million shares, right? If you can get this market cap up to $30 billion, you're looking at $66.96 a share, roughly. Probably rounded down, probably rounded up. It'll be around there. So if AMC can continue, getting more and more market capitalization every day, I don't think that's too far off. I mean, they got $3 billion in market cap today alone, and that's before the close. That's not even including after the close, which is probably a couple billion more. So I don't know, guys. If you continue at that pace for, a good 5 days, 6 days, this is going to go high. I mean, it may hit $66 a share by the end of the week. Like, it depends on how the market cap goes. Like, this can always be sold off. We don't know, right? It's probably not going to be sold off. There's a lot of hype around it. But if we continue at this pace, yeah, it's already doubled in the last week. It can definitely double again this week, and it's not out of the realm of possibility. Definitely not out of the realm of possibility. And all it takes is $30 billion, of market cap to get this thing into the 60s, right? And then from there, you add more and more and more, and this thing just goes to the moon. So, yeah, I mean, theoretically speaking, this thing can moon. And if it moons, if you're holding right now, you definitely made a good decision. Don't let anybody make fun of you. I personally don't do the meme stocks as much as I like. They're kind of more of a guilty pleasure. But I'm more of a long-term investor. I got a lot of long-term plays in my portfolio. But this thing has the potential. I mean, it's hitting over the vote every single day in trade volume. So it's not stopping anytime soon. This thing's going to probably hit 60 by the end of the week. 50's probably most likely, but 60 is definitely doable. So keep your eye on it. If you are an investor, tell me where you're at, like with what your investments are in it. Do you have a lot of shares? Like, what's your total amount of shares you got? What's your buy-in price? Like, what's your average cost that you got? And are you holding? Are you selling? Do you have a target price? Like, give me all your information. Like, tell me what you guys are going to do with this play, and throw it in the comments below, and I'll try to get to it. Until then, though, guys, I have got a jet. Thank you for dropping by again. I always enjoy when you guys come by my videos. And once again, it was good to see you, and have a great day. Take care.